A video game, flash fiction. This is a timed writing game. Today I'll give myself 90 minutes to be able to create a flash fiction story, which is a story with about 800 words, from one of these randomly selected Atari 2600 games, using the sights and sounds and intellectual property free, to eventually someday make it into a book like this and publish it and then sell it at places like the Portland Gaming Retro Expo, which was a fabulous event. I got these games over here from there. Got to meet most of the creators. But let's go ahead and let's start this game by selecting the game to slot into the Atari 2600 console. We'll do the we'll do the column first from 1 to 6. I got a 6-sided dice here. We got 2, so we're going to go column 2. From bottom to top, the row, we'll roll the 6-sided dice as a 5. Ooh boy, what's this one? For today's video game flash fiction story. Looks like we have Warlords. A little cover art there. I even have the instruction booklet, though I never read it. But, judging from the cover, it's going to be about, well, they think it's about medieval times. There's all different types of warlords, so let's go see what this game inspires. Okay. There we go. For some reason I had it on black and white, but now it's on color. It's a little bit shocking. Warlords. Whoa. I have a feeling I need a paddle. And that's pretty warlordy. I don't even know what's going on. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I'm succeeding somehow, or the blue is. Whoa. Okay. I think this probably uses the paddles. You know what I should have done? What I'll do right now? I'll read the instructions on the cartridge of Warlords. Yes, paddle controllers. Well, let's go get the paddle controllers. I'm a little bit unprepared today. Hanging mess of chords. I want the dual paddle. Yeah, no dissonance. That's the single. That's the dual. Okay. Let's plug in the handle. These are the ones with the circular pads. You rotate them. There's a button on the side. And then we'll slot the cartridge back in. And this is a light sixer, so the input for the handles are a little bit lower than the classic well-known 4-switch, which has the handle inputs on this angle up here. This light sixer survived the Portland Retro Gaming Expo 3 days, on for about 12 hours each day. So, it old tech. It lived. Alright, so the paddles are in. I hope I got them in the right slot. Sometimes they're asked for the B instead of the other. We don't need the joystick for today, it appears. We'll find out. And I'm hoping this is not one of those like 2-player only games, but those are fun. You just got to know people. The older I get, the less people I know. Truly no, not just like me. Oh my God, now this is not working. Probably because the game's not slotted in. Okay, supposedly, maybe this will work. Well, I guess we just fought with the Atari warlord. Oh shit. hate when I do that. Okay. And the other one's moving blue. Can you have more? Oh my gosh, interesting. You could have like 4 people. And I guess you protect your own. So this, basically I'll win. This would be, if you could find 4 people. You could find 2 people. Or I guess I'm talking to you if you could find 1 person. If you could find 3 other people. Well, I'm just going to do this. Oh, come on now. I'm right there. It's like a breakout. It's more like a warlord. I don't know. Like, if I saw this game, it's called Warlords. Of course, that's going to influence. But this seems like some sort of mod, some game one would invent. And like, it's a long game. It's crazy. Although, I suppose it's really not that long as a epic role-playing adventure, whether it's digital or on paper. Okay. I'm trying to see the screen the way that's situated. I always need a better setup, and I just haven't found it yet. I like the game. It's very one of the rudimentary. Oh, I love that. Oh, I see. You don't want that thing to hit your. I don't know what that is. That's something. Castle maybe, but then this is like a ball that's bouncing around. Warlords too. It's like a sport game or something, but that's just too easy. Maybe I've done it too much, and therefore feels easy. Let's not assume that I've executed every time I've created one of these stories with some sort of idea creation that's going to last eternity. None of this shit will. All right. It's down to the 2. The ones that have moved are still alive. I think that's like on Warlords. I don't know. Warlords. It's like an old Stratego, but Stratego, you didn't know where the person's. I wonder if I could just go forever like this. What's going to happen if I just let it go and start to write Warlords? Let's try it. I'll just let fate. They just decided to stop the war. Maybe there could be some metaphor for the idea of peace bouncing around. Let's see what happens. Human intervention. I should move this one at least in some strategy to help maybe, like I did the other one with the corner. But I feel like if I give it an extra bounce, I probably want to maybe something like that. And we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to let that bounce around for a bit. Come on, Warlords. I don't even know what those things are up in the corner. That's the thing that I'm having trouble creating a story. If I were to call out a shape, it looks to me like a Star Destroyer. But that would throw in like intellectual property I don't want to deal with. They do, like, flying through space. At least to me. Let's go ahead and try to write something here. Called Warlords.text. Yeah, wow. Oh my hell, I lost. They blew up my Star Destroyer. You start in the same position too, so it holds the state after the end of the game. I love it. This is just too good. Yeah, it's like it's not no one. Warlords. I don't even know. feel like this could be, if it didn't make it about a sport, it'd be about mosh pitting or something like that, or dancing crazy. But then you got this like ball thing that goes and destroys stuff. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's like your castle. It's pretty fun to watch and not like have to participate. No human interaction involved. Someone will eventually die. I don't want to make this dystopian. That's kind of boring these days. I've done that too much. But it's called Warlords. How can you not slip right into dystopia with Warlords? What did I just say? No human needed to do the killing. Now it's a sport. How can we give it a sport name without making it seem like some sort of game show? I don't want to use that narrative. That's one that I slip into way too easily these days. Not that I'm great at it, but it just feels easy. Maybe I should get more critiques on the method in which I'm using before I use it more. So I could be totally shitty at writing a narrative that sounds like a game show being color commentated. Maybe you could. I'm gonna have a. Are they gonna be old people playing this game? Let's make it a game. Let's make it a sporting game. There's so many different out there, but instead of like making it about trying to describe what the sport does, show and tell through like what they got to do. Because you got 4 people. It's like Foursquare maybe. It's very Foursquare like. But the game's not called Foursquare, it's called Warlords. Maybe that's the name of like there's only one person, so it'd be like Warlord. Now you call the game Warlords. So then what's protecting your cone? We'll say that's a cone. I mean, that's kind of cone-like. It looks like a Star Destroyer, but we're not in Star Wars land, so we can't necessarily want to use that intellectual property and pull you out of it. If you're talking about a sports, why would you want to use like a simile that references some sort of science fiction movie? I don't. I think I'm going to try to position both of these here. Let's see how long now it takes, but who wins? It was interesting because it was between yellow and blue last time. And they was the only ones that moved. Oh, almost. Let's see if it hits it. Yellow one. Okay, so now Warlords again. So in the story, this will be a sport. Whoa, blue's getting taken down. Let's move blue. Come on, blue. There you go. There you go. Now, if I do somewhere. They're just not readily available. But apparently it seems like you can control the other two. Alright, well, I'm going to try to write a story now while I watch this play. I'm thinking, so far, yellow, blue, purple and green always seem to go out first. And I'm going to have to go levels too next. So it'd be cones in the back, and I don't know what's the protecting. If you had if this was inside of a gym, and people were throwing a ball around at a wall of something, like I could see the thing that looks like a Star Destroyer being a cone, and you know, the thing that's bouncing around would be one of those red bouncy balls against the walls. Fiction story-wise, that is. It's the whole point of this process right now. But I also want to see, is maybe purple will win this time. It's the art of war. Just let the destructive thing bounce around. Maybe. Come on, Warlords. Let's do it like a dispute over a warlord. What would be the thing that you'd put up, though? That's what I gotta decide. In the gym. It'd be like pulling his stuff out of the closet, setting it up. You got an orange cone. Small, I don't even like they gotta have some sort of official name to them. This harkens back to probably a gym recess that happened when this game, around the time the game created. So I'm gonna pull from those memories, and I'm gonna try to write it into. Come on, man, Warlords. It's always yours. Yeah, I mean blue and yellow. I wonder if blue won again. That's impressive. It's like the only ones that move. If you stay in the set position, you're gonna lose. I like how the blue and the yellow are helping each other out. Let's write that in the story. Blue and yellow know each other. But it seems to me like it'd be like an individual sport. Let's play Warlords. Alright, we'll make it a narrative and do third person while we watch this go. Dig it, like it sounds, you know, hey, at least there's an explosive little sound when it hits the red wall. Okay, I just noticed that there is a counter. I'm just going to let this go, see how long it goes. Probably the entire time. I usually have a clock right here to look at, but judging from stream time, it looks like I got at least about another hour and 13 minutes left to write this story. Let's play some Warlords. Let's play Warlords. Just make some names up. Everyone liked playing Warlords back in the day. It didn't matter your gender. You just play Warlords. Why not? Maybe no air mills or something. That'll be the argument. I think. Oh man, yellow might lose. That's crazy if like green wins. Oh wow, that's the first time blue lost. Green might win this time. Maybe positioning that way they failed. Come on, Warlords. Maybe. It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. Oh man. Oh well. Let's try to write this as a bunch of kids in a gym playing the game Warlords. And they've got cones they gotta defend. And I'm going to have them set it up and play. I'd like to start this with an argument, but I might as well at least define the... Wow, yellow lost. Who won? Green. That's a first. I even give advantage to yellow and blue. They work off each other to destroy the others, but green still won. Let's see if the same thing happens. I watched that way too long in my life. Just watch it tick by. I like how the screen flashes when it hits too. It's a subtle effect where you get the extra little pop, a visual cue to destruction as well as a different sound. So let's play Warlord, says Pat. Flipping a stack of 4 cones. Over the empty gym floor. So there's gonna be what, maybe 5 people, and maybe they'll say they only have 5. Who's down? So green's down this time, and purple's down this time. Let's play Warlords, says Pat, flipping a stack of cones over an empty gym floor. Of 4 neon pink cones over the empty gym floor. What are they using to make the little fort so they could be warlords? Oh, man, I'm just thinking of like gym mats, but those things are freaking heavy. Maybe that's what it is. Section of gym mats. You like stand like a wall. I'm trying to think of other sporty things. Things that you'd maybe uniquely find in an elementary school to throw inside of a gymnasium during a rainy day so a bunch of kids can run around and get rid of energy. I only have those red balls that I'm already going to have to throw in here, cones, and gym mats. So let's go gym mats and not think about it too much. Brandy and John push red gym mats from the closet. Maybe something like Brandy says, I'm red. There's not a red though. I'm yellow. I'm yellow. I say John would care. Let's say we'll have all the other 3. So we'll have John, Brandy, John, and Brandy, John, Jack, and John. Brandy, Jack, and John. Wow, that's I'm thinking back like when this game was created, what a gym would look like then. So those would be the names around. So green. Come on, who's gonna win this time? I think yellow might win. It's a long drawn out game. It gets a little slower. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, there has to be a point to where maybe... No, I mean, that's just it. How is this... I guess if you have the dimensions not square on this, there's technically no way for it to get into any sort of permanent, continuous game. I guess we might find out. Exciting. This is Warlords. Yes. I guess this is a true representation of war. You're just slowly waiting to destroy each other. So for this story, though, in video game flash fiction, I'm going to try to make this into a gym game because, honestly, it looks like something you could set up into a gym. And I have no idea what they're protecting behind there besides something that looks like a Star Destroyer from Empire, from the Star Wars universe, and that's not what I'm writing about today. Although you could imagine a cool story if that was a Star Destroyer, and then you can make up, why this red ball was flying around. Instead, it's going to be for a game. We'll say green says Jack. Don't care, says Brandy. And then probably have, who was it? So we got Pat. I'll go for, what's the other color we have here? We got green, purple. It'll be purple. I'll be purple. It'll work. All right, we got yellow, green, blue works. So blue. And I'm going to allow them to, in this, and even though, technically this is still going. Welcome to war. Let's see if who wins. We got purple seems to be the loser. It's a little bit more exciting when there's more flashing and loud noises from blocks being broke, but I guess much like war, it peaks and wanes, but never goes away. Us humans love to kill each other. Pat says, I'll be purple, so let's make this into a sport, not be about killing. Blue works. And that would have been Brandy. They push. They each stand in a cone in the corner of the gym and stack the red gym mats like walls. Extending from the gym wall. Extending from the gym wall and around the cone. Protecting the cone like a castle. Like a castle. I'm being influenced by the side of the cover. So, but even if I wasn't, like my fantasy world is rooted in European history. Knights around the whole knight era. So it probably would have went castle anyway. It's got pretty, the Atari branded art was always good. In fact, most of this art on these covers are pretty cool. I'd say the ones that are a little bit lacking are the ones that have no art. Much like this one right here. Telegames. Sears, I believe, distributed and created it. I think distributed the Atari, and in that deal was able to release a console. So like a castle around a keep. Okay, so I think I got parts of a castle right. I hope so. I'll be a little bit embarrassed if I don't, because you want to keep on the inside. You want the castle walls around it. Say castle walls. Castle is many things. Part of it is its walls. Wow, this war is still going on between the warlords. Looks like the yellow and blue is again, on average, the last two. Someone needs to fund this war for more castle walls so it goes a little quicker. Another red ball. So they stand a cone in the corner of the gym and stack the red gym mats like walls, extending from the gym wall in the cone like a castle keep. I don't want to go into how they stack the mats. Let's gotta play the game. I think it's gonna be down to whoever. I guess I'm gonna follow once I get to it. Whoever has the most wins is going to be the best player. And I've kind of randomly selected these. I didn't intend Brandy to be the winner, but she might be with. I'm just going to start it right now and see if this game gets over. It could be tied. Who knows? Maybe they hit each other at the same time. If yellow, who's yellow? So I got yellow as John. So it's right now Brandy and John are playing the final match, and if John wins, then there's going to be a tie at the end of this story. It seems to me blue always goes first, at least in this game, so we're going to make that part of their game called Warlords. So I think who had the ball? No one had the ball. Who went Jack? We'll say, I feel like if someone got the cones and they're pushing mats, Pat would throw the ball in. And let's roll for gender on Pat. 1, 2 male, 3, 4 female, 5, 6 they. 6 they. I guess, how can I judge this ball? I'll compare it to another ball that of sports that some people may know or may not know. Palm sized. Red bouncing ball. Against the wall. I wish I didn't, and it bounces back. I wish I knew how to spell ricochet right now. It's crazy. If I write it here wrong, then it's going to probably somehow end up in a book like this. Because, yeah, that's why I have beta releases. Especially you have to get something done for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Let's think of this story here. And I think so far, so if we have blue as Brandy and we have yellow as Pat. Was that Pat or John? Who's yellow? John. So John. Still going. There we go. Come on. Who's going to win? Everybody, because they're going to have fun playing this game that I'm going to make up. So they each stand on a cone in the corner of the gym and stack the red gym mats like walls extending from the gym wall and the cone like a castle wall. Like castle walls. Can't pluralize a thing and then put a singular, excuse me, singular article. I mean, I guess I can. It just reads weird. Now I'm stuck in the ball's in play at least. Done yet. All right. So I'll have Brandy. I'll have a little bit of show. The rest 2 mats at an incline. Like a triangle with a floor. Okay, I think yellow's going to go out. I think it's the most exposed, and it's been losing the most wall. Maybe. Continues to go. It'd was Brandy and John. The 2 remaining. Have like some sort of montage. Everything with sports needs a montage at some point to show how they've been training. Give the impression they spent months. Blue works, Brandy rests. 2 mats like a triangle with the floor. Before a cone. They each stand a cone in the corner of the gym and stack the gym mats. Okay, so that's what I got there. Done, says Brandy. And John, and who was out? Pat nod. Let's go. And Jack. Let's war. He kicks the red ball at Pat. And Pat we'll do the okay. And John and Pat nods. Nod. I think we want, if we got plural, we should go for plural verb form. How about nod? Jack says, let's war. He kicks the red ball at Pat, and Pat and Pat dives and slaps the red ball away. There needs to be a little bit more dynamic, but this, I don't know. That's all on edit, I guess. But for this story, we'll see. I don't know. This game's still going. Maybe they're just at a time of peace, and even in peace, we humans like to shoot at each other. So you call it just tensions, as we take people's lands and justify separating people from their families. Warlords. Done, says Brandy and John, and Pat nod. Jack says, let's war. He kicks the red ball at Pat, and Pat dives and slaps the red. No, it's Pat. It's Brandy. Brandy's blue. And it'd be Pat. Yeah, Pat's got their thing going. So Dunn says Brandy. Brandy's the because Brandy's blue. Brandy might win this. We'll see. Brandy dives and slaps the red ball away. From her fort, her castle around the cone keep. The red ball bounces walls. And knocks over. We'll say, boom, boom, boom. Who's wall? Who's green? Jack. Jack's going to lose quickly. Because Jack's already out on this one. And I'm surprised this is still going. I'm not surprised. I think it might be caught in a loop. Like now I'm just tempted to watch this for a bit because there's got to be... if nobody moves during Warlords... It has ended before, so it is possible. That's how the other 2 games of these got won. Maybe I should move them just a little bit. We'll see what happens. We'll speed the war up. It's taking different defensive positions. Oh, there we go. Should not have changed the defensive position. Oh boy. Oh hey, yellow won. Alright, I think Brandy's gonna be the victor of this. Oh, except for this time. Holy cow, man. It's not fair on Brandy. It always starts with blue. There we go. Let's help Brandy out a little bit. Yes. Being inspired by dots and squares and sounds and flashes. I like the flash on that hit. That's a fun little effect. Done, says Brandy, and John and Pat nod. Jack says, let's war. He kicks the red ball at Brandy. Brandy dives and slaps the red ball away from the castle keep. And I'm going to just do this one long run-on sentence. Much like this game seems just to run on. And the red ball bounces balls, knocks over. A red mat wall of Jack. Over John. At who? We got Brandy. And he slaps the ball, punches the ball, punches the soft air ball across at Jack. Jack trips, Jack reaches. Who's green again? Green's gonna lose all. Oh, wait. No, whoever's purple just got hit again. Pat. Oh, hey, both the yellows are gone. I think purple's going to win. Holy cow, purple's going to win. Maybe that's it. They play until everybody wins. Unlike war. I guess technically we could call that's why people are still having war. They want to give a chance for everybody to win. And everybody wants their chance to win at war. The only people to lose are the poor people. It's true. Done, says Brandy, and John and Pat nod. Jack says, let's war. He kicks the red ball at Brandy, and Brandy dives and slaps the red ball away from her castle around the cone keep. And the red ball bounces balls and knocks over Matt. Jack's over red mat of Jack, and the red ball bounces and tips over John's castle corner. Alright, he's defined them as mats. Might as well just keep that along and keep going. John's castle corner. And rolls to Jack's feet, who kicks and slaps the ball at Brandy, and Brandy punches the ball at Pete's wall, or ball across it, Pat's wall, and the wall falls, tipping over the cone. I mean, do you get him for the destruction or winning the game? I think no, it must be, I don't know. Oh, I guess this game isn't over yet. It's down to green. It'd be crazy if green won. Or purple, yeah, green won because they got less walls right now. Let's find out. Tipping over the cone. Who was that? Purple? So who's yellow? Well, geez, like I don't know. Like what else? What's the dynamic that is between these people that they're friends? Where's the tension? Aside from their collectively doing a thing, do I feel connected to these characters? Not really. Um, like it's pretty shallow, but maybe that's good. I don't know. I'm gonna try to write this story and finish it. Trying to make a game called Warlords not about war, I suppose, is enough for one day. Probably not. One needs to do more. Matt's fall. Fall on blue, blue and yellow, blue, blue, purple. So we're going to have yellow go out next. And that was John. Let's fall on John's cone. Okay, so now there's only two left. So it's between Jack, that's right. And Jack is green. Jack is green. Jack is green. So that's what we're going to have it as. Jack's castle still with most its walls. Come on, green. At the gym wall. Come on. This game's still going, too. Maybe blue, maybe purple will finally win. Even though in this story, purple's out. So Drac, who's green, grabs and throws the ball against the gym wall, and the ball bounces. Walls. And Brandy falls. Scraping elbow against the floor. Brandy seized ball. Lie at her wall. And kicks and leaps and reaches and catches the ball. Slamming her face in the floor. And rubbing her nose cross. Something like that, maybe. Maybe not. Is this going to go Warlords? I don't know. She stands with a red nose by the hard floor. She lifts her arm like a throw, but drops the ball on the way back to kick it at the hole. And tips over the cone. He raises his arms. Warlord. Do I need more social dynamic to really make this a heart-throbbing story? I don't know. Sometimes just playing a game and showing people what it's all about and having fun with it. I think there could be a little more trash talking possibly in this flash fiction story to make it a little bit better. And like show them that they know each other. And I'm still seeing. I'm gonna wait until like at least a little bit. I got time. I mean, I'm at the 53-minute mark, and I was gonna give myself 90 minutes to write this story, inspired by Atari 2600's Warlord. But I think it's there. I just want to see Purple win one finally, out of the 5 games that have been playing. Oh, let's read this. I don't know. I think if I were to give it a moment, I got time. There's misspelled words, mistyped. Get used to that's how I write. Chaos. How am I gonna be able to like pull people in? I guess curiosity of the game. That's not enough. Someone's got to die? No, that's boring. Let's just go with this. You know, I could probably. How would I? Let's play again. This is Brandy. Let's play again. He ain't gonna shout Warlord. I got lucky. Warlord Brandy shouts Jack. He claps. Maybe show a little bit that they're the top ones. Maybe I'll say this John. let's move this, 'cause I thought I'd moved it. And then let's get rid of this. I think that's it. Show how they start the game randomly and then how they support each other in victory and afterwards. That way I'm not like creating just, I guess, the dynamic of a collective. And I guess that in itself is unique and something that really doesn't, it does happen. Just in different ways and different mediums, I suppose. I think that's it though. I don't want to pepper this with like age or some sort of angst or some sort of internal conflict about a greater thing. Sometimes a game's a game. And enough for a story. Let's go ahead and read this one aloud. And maybe purple will win by the time this thing is done. Maybe not. For today's video game flash fiction story inspired by the Atari 2600 game called Warlords. Warlords. Let's play Warlords, says Pat, flipping a stack of 4 neon pink cones over the empty gym floor. Brandy, Jack, and John push red gym mats from the gym closet. John says, I'm yellow. Green says, Jack. Don't care, says Brandy. Pat says, I'll be purple if that's cool. They throw palm-sized red bouncing ball against the wall and bounces at John. Oof, man, that's terrible. They throw... I'm going to reread this. Palm-sized bouncing ball against the wall. And the ball bounces at John, who whacks it away. I can read mistakes, but come on. Blue works. Brandy rests 2 mats like a triangle with the floor before her cone. All right, now I can read this. Maybe. As long as I can get the setup. Let's take 2 on this. This is called Warlords. Warlords. Let's play Warlords, says Pat, flipping a stack of 4 neon pink cones over the empty gym floor. Brandy, Jack, and John push red gym mats from the gym closet. John says, I'm yellow. Green, says Jack. Don't care, says Brandy. Pat says, I'll be purple if that's cool. They throw a palm-sized red bouncing ball against the wall, and the ball bounces at John, who whacks it away. No, ready. Blue works. Brandy rests 2 mats like a triangle with the floor before her cone. They each stand a cone in the corner of the gym and stack red gym mats like walls extending from the gym wall and the cone and around the cone like castle walls of a keep. Done, says Brandy and John, and Pat nod. Jack says, let's war. He kicks the red ball at Brandy, and Brandy dives and slaps the red ball away from her castle around the cone keep. And the red ball bounces walls and knocks over a red mat of Jack, and the red ball bounces and tips over John's castle corner walls and rolls to Jack's feet, who kicks and slaps the ball at Brandy, and Brandy punches the soft air ball across to Pat's wall, and the ball falls, tipping over Pat's cone. Warlords, says Brandy, and Pat kicks the ball and leaves the court and sits against the wall, watching the ball bounce between kicks and slaps against the walls and mats and hands and feet. Mats fall on John's cone as the red ball rolls to Brandy's feet, and she kicks the ball at Jack's castle, still with the most walls, and Jack slides and kicks the ball, and the ball hits his wall and falls near a cone. Brandy says, come on, Green. Jack grabs and throws the ball against the gym wall, and the ball bounces walls, and Brandy falls, scraping elbow against the floor. Brandy flies at her wall and kicks and leaps and reaches and catches the ball, slamming her face in the floor and rubbing her nose across. She stands with a red nose burnt by the hard floor and her red forehead the same. She lifts her arm like a throw but drops the ball on the way to kick it at the castle walls hole of Jack. The red ball bounces the gap and tips over the cone. "Warlord Brandy," shouts Jack. He claps and nods. "Down with the king," says John. Pat lifts her mat. Brandy says, "Got lucky. Let's play again." It looks like this game is still going right now, so let's go ahead and save this story before we turn this thing off and let war stop. If it was only that easy. It could be, if we all really wanted it to, but I feel deep in our hearts some of us just want it. And for today, that was Flash Fiction Video Game. There's a new book called Homebrew Revolution. It is out. It is first sale right now, at least the paper version, in beta. Digital copy coming soon. But until the next story and the next time, let's go ahead and find a life game to play.